Clicks is a Cape Town-based health and beauty-focused retail and supply group which has been listed on the JSE since 1996.
Right, so now we're back on track with our model, which is the cosmetics type of thing and the front of store stuff, because I think everyone is familiar with Clicks. Remember, it's got 600 plus stores. Not all of them have a pharmacy in them. Some of them actually are a combination of sort of consumer products, hair care, face creams, bits and pieces, nappies, and then things like toasters and kettles. So they don't actually have a pharmacy in them.
Diversified portfolio within the Clicks fold.
Indeed, but remember there are a couple of strong points here. But first, you want to tell about
market cap, 22.1 billion rand, price to earnings ratio here of 24.5, dividend yield of 2.2%. David Neal at the helm and has been for some time.
Yeah, although he is in transition on his way out now. Keith Warburton will be taking over, I understand, in the CEO role in the forthcoming months and years. But look, it's been a fantastic...
But I want to put something in here because some on-the-ground analysis, as you often give, if you had Dis-Chem versus Clicks, you had two stores next to each other, which one would you walk into?
Look, we do have that choice. Where I work, there is a Clicks directly underneath our offices in Melrose Arch. There's also a Dis-Chem across the road.
Which one do you go to?
Look, Dis-Chem is larger and it certainly has had a good run. But we'll see in a minute. People assume that Dis-Chem was running rings around Clicks, but Clicks has actually done pretty well with regard to sales.
And of course, Dis-Chem is unlisted. I just wanted to put the comparison out there.
Look, Dis-Chem is a fabulous business, and I'm glad you brought it up because they are probably by now the market leader in this country with regard to sales. And it's been a spectacular success story.
You know that you haven't answered my question and said which one you would walk into if they were side by side underneath your office.
Probably the Dis-Chem.
Thank you.
I think that's fair to say. And that's a spectacular achievement by the Saltzmans, who built that business from a very slow start into the scale player that it is now. But back to Clicks.
Yes, back to Clicks.
Remember what David Neal does with his Boots background when he gets here, I don't know, 5 or 7 years ago, is that he brings in the Clicks Club card. So immediately you're starting to get that knowledge base with the information with regard to what people are buying. They've remained a plucky player in the pharmacy business. Remember, they bought lots of pharmacies back in the day, and they were the first to introduce this kind of large format pharmacy with a big bright front of store. They've done well, they've merchandised
Let's
well.
get that share price graph up again. I just want to have a look.
There you go, 30 Rand all the way up to in the mid-80s now,
and
bouncing
this is
around a little bit.
defying the trends that we're seeing on the other stocks that are all following the market lower.
In recent weeks, yeah. I wouldn't make too much of those. I mean, we put up the 5-year charts simply to show people how well a company has done. And yes, that little bit there at the end is just a little bit of a market pullback in recent times.
But an impressive graph, again, looking at that 2014 level, despite that little dip all the way up to just under 105.
Yep, and I think that was on the back of a realization that people's spending wasn't going to be as significantly crimped. Remember, this is a category where people don't necessarily do much in the way of discretionary shopping that involves getting credit. It's much more of a kind of a basic. If you look at consumer spending in this country, it ranges from the lowest quartile of consumers who spend a lot of money on food and beverages, right up to rich people who don't spend that much. And right through those bands, you get people happy to spend on small luxury items,
hot or not,
small feel-good items.
Yes, with David Neal, every time results come around, I talk about the lipstick indicator.
Indeed.
It's well known out there, no matter how bad times are out there, buying a lipstick.
Plus a couple of new things that they've done. They've got a partnership with GNC, which is a company that makes these nutraceutical type stuff. That's extremely popular. The margins on those are very good. So you can develop in-store brands. They've done a little bit of that as well. So Clicks specific stuff.
Hot
for me. I like Clicks.